Alright, Shalom. I'm gonna say all honor and praises be to Yahweh Bashmel Shai, Bashim Rakakudash, double honors unto the apostles and elders of GreatMillStone, and Shalom to the sincere elect out there teaching this truth in faith and sincerity through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashmel Shai. It's the brother Shakal from the GMS London Central Camp, and basically the point I want to really speak on here is something called a dead zone, and this obviously is inspired by this article over here, man, which I'm gonna read. It says huge dead zone in Gulf of Oman is far worse than feared. But what is it? Alright, and it says a large dead zone in the Gulf of Oman is increasing in size. According to scientists who warn the oxygen scarce area is worse than previously thought and poses a threat to the environment. Well, what does it mean? The dead zone in the Arabian Sea is now the biggest oxygen minimum zone, about the size of Scotland or Florida. So what basically a dead zone is like an area in the actual sea that's very low on oxygen. And of course, there's obviously oxygen in water, and it's like when that actually happens, man, the fish life, the plant life that's in the actual sea, the oxygen is so scarce that they just literally just die. Like the same thing upon this earth. If we don't have enough oxygen, we will die. But that's currently what's taking place right now, man, in the sea. There's countless areas in the sea whereby because of Esau, man, it's like there's countless of fish out there that's dying, and plants and the fish that are just literally just being destroyed. Going back to the same Edomite, man. You people who call yourselves white, man, if you go back to the seed of Esau, your people is a curse, a plague unto the earth, man. But let's go back to the article. It says the dead zone in the Arabian Sea is now the world's biggest oxygen minimum zone, about the size of Scotland or Florida. The dead zone almost covers the entire Gulf of Oman, which borders Iran, Oman, Pakistan, and the United Arab Emirates. It says, what is a dead zone? A dead zone is an area of the sea or large body of water that is almost entirely devoid of oxygen. And how does that even work, bro? Water itself is H2O. It actually contains oxygen, but because of exterior factors, the actual body of water is very low on oxygen because of Esau, man. The low oxygen areas are called dead zones, as they can't sustain marine life. Fish, animals, and plant life in the zones suffocate as a result of low oxygen levels, while some marine life manages to swim away from the area, leaving it empty. Now, if you skip over here, it says scientists began noticing the increasing areas of dead zones in the 1970s. In 2008, 405 dead zones around the world were noted by Sweden's Gothenburg University, man. But the point of bringing out this article proves that these people who call themselves white, the children of Esau, are literally a plague unto the earth, man. They even plagued the actual sea, man. And this clip over here that I've got gonna quickly explain, you know, how these things happen.
On a regional scale, the amount of nutrients and organic matter that are entering into our coastal waters, and that those pollutants are enriching the ecosystem, which is causing the increased consumption of oxygen.
Since the introduction of chemical fertilizers in the 1950s,
from Esau, you know, because these people obviously want to, you know, find really quick routes and cut corners, so on and so forth, right? It says,
since the introduction of chemical fertilizers in the 1950s, dead zones have rapidly increased in size and number.
Rapidly increased since the 1950s because of Esau.
In more recent decades, many coastal areas have been experiencing population booms.
Observe that.
Resulting in increased nutrient inputs from urban development. In addition, natural landscapes that can filter nutrients, such as forests and wetlands, have been lost to make way for housing and industrial development.
See? Because it's like this. What this person here is actually saying is this. Things like plant life and, you know, forest and trees, right? They actually naturally balance things out. But because these, you know, these plant lives and things as such are just being cut down at like a very fast rate on a very high scale, that plant life being cut down actually affects the actual health of the oceans, man, and plant life. Added on top of that is the fucking pollution, man, because of Esau.
Housing and industrial development. To make way for housecaps that can filter nutrients, such as forest development. In addition, natural landscapes that can filter nutrients, such as forests and wetlands, have been lost to make way for housing and industrial development.
See? You know? And it's like, because it's so low in oxygen, plants die, you know, and fish die, you know, which cause things as this, man. Things like this. You're just seeing countless fish just literally on land, just dead, just fucking dead, man. Just ridiculous, man, because of Esau, man. You know, but you know, with that, I'm gonna just go into the scriptures, man. You know, because it's like, look, man, when the actual earth and you know, when a creation was completed, the actual Lord created everything in perfect order and balance. Made everything self-sufficient and self-sustaining. But because Esau has rulership over this earth, right? He brings his curse that's upon him upon this earth too. Meaning, under his rulership, this earth is defiled, man. This is Isaiah 24:5. The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, and broken the everlasting covenant. But it says what? The earth is defiled under the inhabitants thereof. Now, guess what? we all inhabit this earth, right? But a group of people that actually defile the earth itself is the children of Esau, man. They defile this earth, right? Because they want to just, continually capitalize and be so great and so rich. That affects plant life upon the earth. Affects the plant life, affects us, affects the fish. When everything was made to actually sustain itself, man. This is Proverbs 12:10. A righteous man regardeth the life of his beast, but the tender mercies of the wicked are cruel. Now the seed of the seed of the wicked, according to the Bible, are the children of Esau, man. These people who call themselves white. If you go back to the man Esau himself, according to the scriptures, then you are an Edomite, man. But the scripture says, a righteous man regardeth the life of his beast, but the tender mercies of the wicked are cruel. And this scripture can also apply to the habitations, right, of where these animals and beasts they actually dwell, man. If you pollute the actual sea where these things live, these beasts live, and things as such, right? You literally don't regard them, man. You actually have no care for their existence and life. So that's what. So this scripture can also be applied onto that point, because if you go and pollute the damn sea, right, and things as such, of course you don't regard their existence. You don't regard the existence. You don't regard the actual life, which brings forth death, man. Right? But it says, but the tender mercies of the wicked are cruel, man. That's right. This is Jeremiah 13:23. Can the Ethiopian change his skin, or the leopard his spots? Then may ye also do good that are accustomed to do evil. Now the scripture says what? Here in Job chapter 9:24, right? It says the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. So if the scripture says in Jeremiah chapter 13 that they are accustomed to do evil, a quick question to actually ask is that what good do they actually bring to the earth, man? They don't bring any form of good to the earth. They bring forth death, man. So these plant life and these things are such like that. These fish die because why? They don't bring any good to the earth, man. They're accustomed to do some evil upon the earth, man, which affects the trees, affects the plant life, affects us, affects the air. It's so crazy. The actual scripture even speaks about when we are in the kingdom of heaven, that plants and trees go and sing to the Lord, praise to the Lord. Because why? Like actual people so blessed, right? Actual practical people which are righteous are ruling the planet. But like a people who so vile and wicked, right? They totally pollute this earth, man. Bring forth evil upon it. So with that, I'm gonna just end with this scripture. This is what's that? Revelation 11:18. And the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come, and the time of the dead that they should be judged, and that thou shouldest give reward to thy servants the prophets and to the saints, and them that fear thy name, small and great, and shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth. So the actual way that mass pollution will stop, and mass destruction upon this earth will actually stop, is when the seed of Esau, you so-called people who call yourselves white, going back to the man Esau, are destroyed, man, because you bring destruction upon the earth. You are cursed, so that curse comes upon the earth, man. Everything that you put your actual hand to is just, it can't flourish, man. Right? So, with that, I'm going to say all honor and praise be to our Bashim Shai. Double honors unto the apostles and others of GreatMillStone. With that, I'm going to say Shalom.